Question for you all today from today's sponsor. Can you give your money to a bookie and not gamble? Well, you'll be surprised to hear that the answer actually is yes. Yes, you can. Through something called match betting, it's possible to know your profit before an event even starts. How? By using two bookmakers' offers against each other. You know the offers. Sign up and get a £20 bonus here, sign up and get a £40 bonus there. You can use Profit Accumulator's website to find these offers in seconds and use them against each other to make a steady profit each month. So what does Profit Accumulator do and how does it work? Well, it works with something called match betting. Match betting allows you to put a bet on multiple outcomes of an event and come away with a profit using their advanced algorithm and system that you can access for free. The best thing is they have a step-by-step guide when you sign up on how to make a steady profit each month, and they will even help you pick the best bets. Check out their free trial in the link below. Very fancy.
Very fancy.
Very fancy.
Very fancy. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Friday Night Pint. It's that time of the week where whatever's gone in the week, you forget about it for the next hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on how the show goes and how we feel. As you can see, it's only me and Scott at the moment.
Hold up.
Well, hang on. I think we've got Ronnie Cray joining us. Hello, Ronnie Cray. How are you?
You all right, mate? How you doing? How you doing? Sorry, lad. Sorry I'm late. I was just finishing my tea.
I'm here for a fucking shootout.
Like a Western.
As you can see, well, we're joined by Graham as well now. So, yeah, there's no Nicky tonight. He's not feeling well. I think Dan's still under the weather as well. So, the three amigos. It was Alan Pace the other night, and now it's the three amigos.
Alan Pace.
How you boys been anyway?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Had a good week. Not a bad week. You had a good week? Everything? Well, me and Ryan had got the band back together on Mondays, haven't we?
Yeah, we had a little kickabout on Monday. Graham was out for 4 months. You could tell as well.
I was absolutely blowing.
I tell you what, Gray, you half look get well in glasses, mate.
Cheers, mate.
No, you do.
Yeah, I can see what I'm reading now.
It ain't a blur no more when you look at them comments.
Nah.
Like a young Mike Bassett. How you been, Scott?
Yeah, good, man. Really good. Really good. Apart from being really busy. Like, I'm used to all this work malarkey, like working more than 4 hours a day. It's killing me.
Lazy.
Oh, mate, do you know what, right? This week has been so stressful with just traffic. Absolute traffic everywhere. I'll tell you, them tube strikes, mate, they've done me in this week.
Yeah, it's been a mental. It's been. Oh look, Harry saying didn't know Alan Carr was on the stream.
It's Alan. No, Ryan does the Alan Carr.
Hello,
Alan Carr.
welcome to West Ham TV's Friday Night Pint with Alan Carr. Anyway, look, forget the impressions and all that. Let's first of all, thank you to everyone for joining us in the chat. Joining us on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. How can I forget YouTube? We're on fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
As I said, it's that time of the week where what we do, we'll go for a few West Ham topics. We'll take your comments. We'll get your thoughts on everything. And then, yeah, we'll move on and do Ask Us Anything. But I think a few people have said it in the chat already, but I think it's right that, you know, we raise a glass tonight for Shane Warne, who sadly passed away.
Absolute legend on and off the field.
I've been watching it on Sky Sports News, and it's a shock because with Shane Warne, even if he didn't like cricket, and I must admit, I'm not really a big cricket fan. I know you two are cricket fans, but I knew who Shane Warne was. You know, it's like this sporting icons. You know, basketball, you got Michael Jordan; golf, Tiger Woods; football, you got Mark Noble; like cricket, you got Shane Warne. You know what I mean? And it's tragic. He's only 52 as well. You know, no age, and rest in peace to an absolute.
As I was saying to one of my mates earlier, was talking about it. You know, he led a life well lived. He crammed a lot into his life, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My mate, I was speaking to my mate earlier, and he's a massive England cricket fan. He's even got an England cricket tattoo on his eye. And he remembers seeing Shane Warne playing against England, and he said the banter that he used to have with the crowd, he used to give it back as much as we used to give it, but it was all respectful.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he's one of the best spin bowlers you're going to see for.
Oh mate, yeah,
probably another couple of generations, unless someone else really special comes along.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. He was an outstanding cricketer. He was, again, because he was an Aussie. He's one of them that you love to hate. He sort of
him and Glenn McGrath. They used to tear us to bits, but you would have had them in your if you wish they was English. They were quality.
Yeah. That's the thing, mate. And that's one of them, and it is that they were. Warney was one of them. If you sort of wished he was English, because he's probably one of the greatest spinners of all time.
I don't wish he was English. I like that he was Australian. I like that we had that rivalry with him, and we had some great games. As I said, I wasn't a massive cricket fan, but I remember 05, the Ashes. So he's a sad loss, and he's up there. You see Sky Sports News. It's been all hour, every hour since it was announced, and they only do that for when massive.
The thing is, he was a great commentator as well.
Yeah,
on the cricket, for Sky and that.
Yeah, he knew cricket inside out, didn't he? He's he was one of them, a true legend of the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Just before we move on as well, we got a message on our Facebook earlier about 6 o'clock from someone saying, "Hi gents, can you wish Steve Bunn the speedy recovery? As in, he's in hospital. He's had a heart attack this week. He'll be watching from hospital. So many thanks." So yeah, Steve, hope you get well soon, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support,
recovery, mate.
Yeah, speedy recovery, mate. I don't like getting messages like that. It's horrible, but yeah, so we wish you all the best, mate, and speedy recovery. Right, let's move on to tonight's subject that we're going to kick off with. It's basically, should we prioritise the Europa League and rest key players at Anfield? Scott, you are Mr. Preview, so I'm going to start with Graham. Graham, what do you reckon, mate?
I'm old-fashioned. I think you should always go with your strongest side, because the thing is, you could say prioritise Europa, go out of that, and then you've fallen behind in the league, and then where next. You're not in Europe next season. I think we need to try and get as many points on the board as we can. I mean, it's going to be a big ask to get even a point at Liverpool, but we've got to go for it. We've got to at least put our strongest side out and give ourselves a fighting chance.
Yeah, when I say key players, I don't mean all 3, 4, 5 of them. I'm not saying drop Antonio, Rice, Souček, Bowen, but if tomorrow I looked at that starting lineup and Antonio wasn't starting, I could see the thinking behind it. If he played a different formation, maybe have Bowen up top, bring Ben Rama in and leave Antonio on the bench, I could understand that thinking from David Moyes, because as we say, I don't think many of us are expecting to go to Anfield tomorrow and get anything. So anything we get out of that game, if we nick a point, it's a massive, but it'll be a huge bonus. If we get a win, it's even bigger. But I would sort of understand it, because I think that Seville, the Europa League, is massive for us now. It's the only chance of us winning a trophy this season. And me personally, I would prioritise the Europa League now over the league.
I mean, Europa's a big ask.
Yeah, I'm with Graham. I don't feel you can, unless you're in a final, you can't prioritise one to the other. We're still pushing for that top, to finish inside that top 7. We need to be consistent and make sure that we qualify for the Europa League again at a minimum. Well, I'll probably say you qualify for Europe again at a minimum. Yeah, you could probably say, because we're playing Liverpool, it's a free hit. We're not expected to go there and get any points. We're not expecting to go there and get a win. But as we've seen probably earlier this season, last season, we now match Liverpool. We give Liverpool a good game. And I feel that if we go there and put a weaker side out, it could cause a lot more harm than good. I think we've got to go strong. I know we've got Thursday night to look at, and look, if we pick up an injury or two in this game, then I'm going to put egg on my face, like with what I'm saying. But you can't. You've got to put every game, prioritise every game. We need to finish as high up as the league as possible and try and push for the Europa. If the Europa League final was next week and we were playing Liverpool, I'd say throw the game, because at the end of the day, it's a cup final. You've got a chance. There's a 50-50 chance you're going to win it. But
I sort of do agree. I wouldn't want to see us go out there tomorrow and, as I said, 3 or 4 of our first team are sitting the game out and he goes with a weaker team, because I don't want. One thing you don't want is to get a good hiding tomorrow from Liverpool. You go there and lose 3-4, 5-0, which we don't usually do we? We haven't done that for a long time, been beaten like that, them sort of scorelines. So I wouldn't want that to happen. But as I said, if Antonio don't start tomorrow and he's on the bench and Moisey mixes it up a little bit of his formation, I can sort of understand saving Antonio for Thursday night.
Yeah. I mean, we put a strong side out in the cup and come unstuck there. So, I mean, Seville, it's all well and good saying prioritise the Europa League, but I think Seville won 4 of the last 6 Europa Leagues or something like that. That's going to be. I'm not saying we're going to roll over and have our bellies tickled by Seville, but it's going to be tough. So I think we need to give ourselves as much of a chance of getting back into Europe next season. Unfortunately, we haven't got a big enough squad to be prioritising competitions.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, mate. Let's go through a few comments. Let's get some comments. We usually leave it and we don't catch up with the comments. So I know Scott styled a few, I've styled a few, so we'll go through some. So John's saying yes, we should rest key players, but if we do, the Moyes out brigade will slaughter him if we get hammered. Yeah, that's a good point. Ben saying, Graham, I thought it was Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa? If she looked anything like that. You're a beautiful man, Gray. I love you, mate. Matt saying, hey, Scott, you got no chicken in the oven tonight?
No chicken tonight.
No chicken tonight. No, that's sauce, isn't it? Chicken tonight.
Yeah. I feel like chicken tonight.
Robert saying, so this is what it's come to, prioritising when we should have bought 2 or 3 players in January. If we end up dropping out the top 6 and then losing in Europe, the season more or less over, thanks to tight owners. Yeah, I do understand that. But one thing I would say is that the owners did back David Moyes in January, and it was David Moyes that didn't want to bring the players in. So the money was there, but the players wasn't there who Moyes wanted. So Graham saying we have no choice but to prioritise the Euro League, as top 4 is probably a pipe dream now. Sorry guys, but I'd rather focus Liverpool over Sevilla. Well, I don't know. I'd rather focus more on Seville than beating Liverpool. Was looking forward to us getting a new bumhole ripped by Liverpool. Who's looking forward to us exciting Europa, and who's looking forward to us finishing 8th. Thank you, Moyes, for January signings. A lot of love for Moisey tonight. Matt Powell, with how we're playing, I can see us beating Sevilla as they can't. I can't see us beating Sevilla as they're incredible every time in Europa League. Don't forget he married Liz Early.
That's Shane Wall.
Shane Wall. Yeah, that was a bit random. That one chucked in there, Scott. Did you start that one because you see Liz Early?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, it was one of his other things outside of cricket that he's a legend for.
Steve's in the room. We read the message out a little while ago about. So thank you for tuning in, Steve. And as we said, mate, hope you're speedy recovery, mate. And Robert saying our team before Christmas, I'll say yes, but would give Liverpool a good game. But our team since Christmas is not the same. That's the thing. I mean, what you got to remember is we did actually beat Liverpool earlier in the season. Whether I know we was in a lot better place back then. But Liverpool over the last few weeks, I've watched them, and sometimes teams get at them. The only thing with Liverpool is they've got such a good forward line, is that they can 1 minute they can be struggling, and then they'll just switch and bang 2, 3, 4 goals past you. So that's what we've got to be careful of.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's the problem. They've always had that threat going forward. Just over recent seasons, we've seemed to have got improved the way we play. We've got the better of them defensively. Yeah, I know we've leaked a few goals lately, but defensively we're normally a lot more solid. It's good to having Creswell back if he is available will be a big boost, especially because I thought Diop had a decent game against Southampton. But Creswell looks more comfortable on that left side, especially if we go 5 at the back, in playing as that left centre back. What worries me is if we go that sort of 3 at the back or the 5 at the back, however you want to look at it. Fornell's, he works hard, but I just think with Salah down that side and whoever else they've got playing on that, Trent, in it, who plays right back. That's gonna be. It's a lot of hard work down that left hand side defensively. So we're going to we're going to need to be strong there. But yeah, it's a tough game whenever you go to Anfield, no matter what form Liverpool are in, it's a tough game. But the way we are, the resilience that we show, we've got a bit about us. I know that we lost to Southampton. I know Southampton made 9 changes. Yeah, you can say a lot of that fell in the lap that we didn't have a big enough squad. When you look at the subs that they made and the players that they brought on compared to what the choices we had. But we're still we're still a good side. We're a good team. And as I've said all the way through this season, we don't know when we're beat. We can match anybody. And I'm not confident going to Liverpool. Can we get something? I think so. I'm more confident going to Seville and getting results than I'm going to Anfield, if I'm honest.
The thing is, Scott, you say you're not. I mean, we've won once there in 51 games in all competitions at Anfield, so it's not a happy hunting ground for us. Definitely. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a difficult game. We've lost, I think, a club record 69 games against Liverpool. So we don't. When we get a result over Liverpool, they're like sort of once in a blue moon. Like you see earlier in the season when we got that result at home against them when Zuma scored the winner. We deserved it that day. We battered. I thought we were the better team on that day, and rightly so. We won 3-2. But going to Anfield, as I said, it's a free hit game. You go there. If you walk off that pitch and you've been beat, but you've given it a good go, that's all you can ask. Because Liverpool are a fantastic team.
Yeah. But I think other teams have shown, other teams have got results against Liverpool that you don't expect. So, they may not have got wins, but I think we'd all happily take a point. If we can get a point up there, I think that'd be a fantastic result.
Take a point, mate. I'd take that point and fucking sprint home as quick as I could. Right, Jamie's donated £5 here. Thanks for that, mate.
Thank you, Jamie.
Looking forward to seeing you on the 17th. No matter what happens, it's a good season, not fighting relegation, and Noble's last. Look, it's disappointing, like when we lose, but when you look at the position we're in and what we're doing, and we're in March now, we're still in the. I know we went out the FA Cup the other night, but we're still in a top European competition. There's still a bit to play for this season. So,
I mean, do you know? The thing I'm pleased about, and I was saying this to you the other day when I got over the years, like when we've had a good season, it's normally 2 or 3 bad seasons follow it. So, but regardless of who we didn't sign in January, but we're still up. We're still in the top 6, right? We've gone fair. We've had a decent League Cup run, 5th round of the FA Cup, we're in the last 16 Europa. So it's been another consistent season, so that's 2 on the spin. So if we can just keep building on that each season and having consistently good seasons, then surely that's the aim, isn't it?
Oh yeah, massively. I mean, Scott, I'm going to leave you in charge of the comments for a little while, mate.
You want to bring the lad clicky mouse back, yeah?
Yeah, you can pick some comments up. So I think we're all in agreement that we want to keep, and I think most people I think it's a bit mixed in the comments. There are people saying that we should rest a few of the key players and prioritise Europa League, and there are some saying that we just got to go for it at Anfield, and because obviously Bowen, Liverpool have been heavily linked with him, is a player they admire. So if he goes there tomorrow, You know, he's got something to prove as well.
Mm.
So yeah, it'd be good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow. It's, as I said, it's not a ground that we go to and win many games, but who knows? This is West Ham. We don't know what West Ham we're seeing at the moment. You know,
Yeah.
1 minute we can turn up and like lose to Southampton, and then everyone's down and you're upset, and then within a week you've gone to Liverpool, beat Liverpool, gone to Seville, beat Seville, and then everyone's all doing congas around the London Stadium again, loving it. So
and that's it, mate. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing with us of this season. You unfortunately just don't know what West Ham you're going to get. And look, let's be honest. Look, the first half display against Southampton, if we take our chances, we're winning that at half time. The game's completely different. The problem was, once again, we were a bit lackluster in front of goal. And that's been the biggest problem in this bad run of form we've had, because every game that we've played badly so far this season, we've probably had enough chances to still nick a win or nick a result. And it's just that lack of quality sometimes in front of goal that's cost us. And
the thing is, if I remember rightly, we gave them a good game at Anfield last year, and it was only like they scored in the last 10 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jota scored. So,
yeah. Some of the comments, come on, sometimes something's wrong with the team. We struggle to kill off Kidderminster and our league form is slipping. Pete Jones says, I believe the blame for no signings in January lies firmly in the lap of the owners, Sullivan and Gold. Expectation was European football at the beginning of the season. We should be focusing on being consistent and taking small steps. We also have a very small squad. It won't happen overnight.
Which says, is, follows on with the
Vic says we've not got the energy to press sides anymore. Bad couple of weeks coming up, I think. You have to bear with me with this one.
Was it long?
No. I'm trying. I didn't star any because I thought you was doing it.
I thought you meant it was like an essay or something.
No. Gary says, I reckon a lot of our squad are playing with niggles and can't perform at 100%. And Moyes can't admit he made a mistake. I love the manager of the season. Yeah, he won that last night, didn't he? The London,
we'll talk about that in our next segment.
Regards to the Jane winner, the team is sitting fourth before then. This is the same team. The unity seems to be waning. Benny's not first choice. Antonio shouldn't be picked automatically either. I'll make sure I star some, so it don't take me so long to.
You know what? I'm sitting here and I'm watching Graham because I can see him. I can see the reflection in his glasses that he's reading the comments, and he looks like one of them news reporters that are just going to do some breaking news.
Moyes is building a team long term. The problem is he's at a crossroads. When we had the fourth place in our sights, does he bring in bodies, even if it isn't his type of player, or two? Don't do nothing. He chose two. And that's what I think it's. Someone
just said here. Alan said, I think Ryan has been drinking. I think what he's alluding to then is when I was saying that we're going to beat Liverpool tomorrow and beat Seville. I didn't say that. What I actually said was that West Ham we're that sort of team that we can lose the other night against Southampton, and then we can be that sort of team that goes to Anfield and goes to Seville, and then everyone's. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. We've seen it over the years. This is the sort of results that West Ham pull off.
Mm-hmm. Gary Pay says you can't want Moyes out, for God's sake. This summer is massive for the club. I agree. But listen, he's not. What's the other word? He's not. He is partly to blame for what happened in January. He is partly to blame for the players we didn't bring in. I get the principle of not wanting anybody and everybody, and not having the right characters and the right type of players. But I just feel if you don't trust the youngsters and you don't trust your fringe players, sometimes just bringing another option in, whether they're just in to sit on the bench and cover if somebody gets injured, that's where I think he made a little bit of a mistake, because there was players out there that could have come in who, all right, they might not be the players that he wanted, but it was just having someone else there, just having another option there. Do you know what I mean? It adds that competition. Like we said, Antonio's lacking competition, but when he's not firing, you've got that option to bring someone on, and you're not relying on an inexperienced Sonny Perkins, an inexperienced Chester. Sorry, it's that's where I think he has gone wrong, and I think
Scott, just hold that thought. I just need to ask Graham something.
Go on,
Graham. Have you seen the football WhatsApp group?
No.
Are you playing Monday? Because I need to let him know.
Yeah,
I'll let him know on your behalf. Scott, continue. Sorry, I had to do that, mate. If not, we'll miss out. Scott, please continue.
Yeah, it's like what LTEL 1010 says here. Moyes was confident enough to play Rooney at 16. We will never know if we have a Rooney until it takes its chance. I think the difference with Rooney, I remember being at Rooney's debut for England at Upton Park, and I was lucky enough to go into all the functiony stuff beforehand and all that sort of stuff, and sit in the director's box and bits. And I was chatting to on my table was
Terry Venables.
One of the Everton sort of not directors, but someone who'd been at Everton a long time. I can't remember exactly what it was. And he had said they had known about Rooney's talent for a good few years. And at the time,
Rooney when he was about 12, didn't they?
Yeah. At the time, their whole philosophy when Moyes was there was to try and bring Rooney to play alongside Francis Jeffers. Because remember, at the time, Jeffers was quite a decent striker. And then obviously Rooney broke through, and I think Jeffers went to Arsenal, so it didn't pan out.
Yeah.
They actually made their England debut with Jeffers up front, didn't they?
Yeah. And that was their long-term aspects. But obviously then they went on and sold Jeffers. The problem is that Perkins has looked good when he's come on. Chester's looks good when he plays. But I just don't get... I think me and Graham had a conversation earlier where Graham said, when we get to the last 20 minutes and Antonio's blowing out of his arse, why not just put Perkins on? I know. Like I said to you, Gray, didn't I? That we were still in the game at the point going into the last 20 minutes. We're still in the game. You want him on the pitch, but if he's blowing, put the youngster on. At the end of the day, he's not going to do any worse than what a knackered Antonio's going to do.
Especially in the FA Cup as well. Yeah, it's a perfect opportunity to give him that that chance, because you never know what can happen. He could come on, score. He gets a bit of confidence, comes on the next game, scores, and then after, you might find a hidden talent.
The thing is, you look and it's all about moments in time, innit? I mean, just think if John Lowe hadn't give Tony COYI a chance at 17.
That's it. And the thing is, you're not asking the youngster to come in and set the world alight. You're asking
just remember who was the Everton manager to give Rooney a chance?
That's it. You look at a couple of people in the comments said there with Ashby. Ashby come on had to play against Spurs due to the injuries. I thought against Spurs he had a decent game. Yeah, you're throwing one young player in at the deep end, and you're seeing if he sinks and swims. And to be fair, a lot of the youngsters, when they've been thrown in since Moyes has been at the club, they've swum.
I mean, going back when Tompkins, when he broke into the first team, he was in the relegation battle. He was thrown in. First couple of games, it looked like he was going to sink, but he turned it around. He ended up being a key player for us over the coming seasons.
Thing is, as well, Gray, if Bilic didn't give Declan Rice his chance, and Declan Rice at the time, I think there was 50-50 where he was actually going to stay at the football club. And then we give him his chance, and he hasn't looked back since. He's gone from being a regular, just travelling with a squad, to now the captain and a world-class football player within 3 or 4 years. So it's it's actually, I know what you're laughing at, Scott. Go on, I'll let you put it out, mate.
You know what I'm laughing at as well. Go on, put it up, Scott. I'm looking at myself going, actually, he's right.
Right. Anyway, let's move on to let's keep with the manager. I mean, David Moyes was named Manager of the Year yesterday at the awards, and Declan Rice was the Premier League Player of the Year. So great night for West Ham. Both deserved it in my eyes. And yeah,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
you're not used to seeing West Ham managers and players win awards. So it was nice. It was nice to see. And David Moyes won that same award last year as well. So he's won it 2 years in a row. So let's hope that that's not the only trophies they're picking up this season.
No, exactly. With Moyes, it's fully deserved. You know, as much as we're sitting here, you know, saying, you know, well, do we prioritise this game? Do we prioritise that? So, like, we're sitting inside the top 6 of the Premier League. We're in the last 16 of the Europa League. You know, in a squad that, let's be honest, everyone saw us getting relegated last season. You know, and we are building, we are progressing. Yeah, we've hit a bad patch of form. Yeah, we're not setting the world alight as we did at the start of the season, but teams do that. You know, we'll never know what would have happened if we'd try and play players in January, but it's just one of them things. But Moyes' record, you know, over the calendar year last year, you know, I think, what was it, only Manchester City and Liverpool outscored us in a calendar year. When was the last time West Ham did something like that? You know, and that just shows what Moyes has done, and the fact that we're upset because we're not playing well, but we're still sitting 5th in the Premier League.
I think he broke it last season. He broke records for most points, most away wins, consecutive wins. So yeah, it is a slow build, and I think it was Chris that said a little while ago that the summer transfer window is massive for West Ham and David Moyes, because if he gets it wrong and we start the season off bad, he could find himself out of a job. As much as the good work he's done, and there's going to be a few players leaving the club as well in the summer, so he's got to replace the likes of them. But yeah, it's a massive, massive summer, and but the job David Moyes has done has been fantastic since he come back.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, like, I know we was all disappointed that we didn't sign anybody in January, but I mean we didn't want a situation like we had first season at the Bowling, where we qualified for Europa League preliminary rounds, and we just went out and bought a load of players, got knocked out, and then we're lumbered with players who are not going to get into the Premier League match day squads. So I'd rather we bought quality rather than just going out and buying players for the sake of buying them.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. You know, that season we went for quantity over quality, and you know, it backfired. And then it obviously didn't help, because by the sound of it, some of them players, you know, they didn't really know what they were signing them for, which never, you know, which doesn't help. And as I said, you can understand why Moyes chose to do what he did by not bringing anybody in. I can get it from a manager level. From a fan level, I'm just frustrated because I would have liked to seen a bit more competition coming in. But as I said, going back to Moyes, you know, Moyes winning the award, fully deserved it. Fully deserved it, in my opinion. You know, people probably sit there and say, "Oh, well, you know, Tuchel won the Champions League with Chelsea." All right, but he did that. But he done that with a squad full of world-class, well, not world-class players, but full of top quality players. He ain't done it on a shoestring budget. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. That's what Moyes. And you see, when you see the managers get Premier League Manager of the Year, like, voted for in the Premier League, it's normally always Guardiola or Klopp or something like that. But you miss out the people like, you know, the Sheffield United manager, when he was in charge in their first season, what he did for them, and Moyes, what he's done for us, and, you know, Rodgers with Leicester. I know they're going through a bad patch at a minute, but certain managers go under the radar for what they're achieving with the resources that they have.
Yeah, this is a good comment from Kent. 10th of March 2018, Burnley protest. 10th of March 2022, Seville away in Europa, shows how far we've come in the last couple of years. Yep. And that is a massive difference, isn't it? When you look at it like that, you go back to that day, both on my birthday, by the way. Don't all send your cards in at once. I won't be able to handle it. But no, look, when you look at it, you go back to that day. We was all there. We remember what happened. It was terrible. And you just thought the worst at the time. And the way the club has progressed since then, on the pitch especially, and off it a little bit. But on the pitch, you know, it's an amazing turnaround to think we're going to play one of the biggest teams in Europe, the Europa League kings, especially over the last few years, and we're going now, and we're it's massive, and that's a great comment. That is.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I picked up a few more. You know, this is obviously talking about Moyes. He released a player who can't stop scoring in the Champions League. But you look at Haller now playing for Ajax, and the way Ajax play their football is completely different to the way we played, the way we set up.
Yeah.
And
I just don't think our system suited him.
Yeah, Haller didn't do
suited our system, you know.
Yeah, Haller did himself absolutely no favours in the way his attitude was, and you know the fact that he was when we found out, obviously after he left, he was out the door before we even got to the January transfer window. But he come out and said himself it just wasn't a right fit. You know, for him, the players we had, we didn't have players that could play to what Haller's strengths were. And that was the unfortunate thing. We didn't have that type of player. And yeah, all right, he's smashing it in the Champions League. Tony Martinez scored 2 in Champions League the other night. Would you want him back playing for the club?
Yeah.
You know,
I'd say anyone at the moment.
But this is the thing. Tony Martinez wasn't good enough. Yeah, he scored goals in the Champions League, but so has Jonathan Cleary.
I'll take him.
You know, but that's it. It's just sometimes certain players fit certain clubs or certain standards of football or certain types of league. You know, you've seen it before in the past.
As much as Haller was, well, we can't say that. It's just his game. He did score some. Who trumped in? Who let one rip?
Yeah, it's been brother blowing his nose.
I thought Graham let one go then.
No, it's my brother's in the bathroom's across the hall from my room. So
yeah, go on, Mike. Carry on what we're saying, mate.
I forgot what I was saying then. I know what you're saying. Even though like Haller wasn't, he still scored some really good goals for us. And as you said, Scott, it just didn't work out for him. And I think he released an interview the other week, and he was sort of praising West Ham and David Moyes, and he just said, "Look, I couldn't suit his system, and we move on." And that's how it should be.
If I know, like it's all hindsight and everything like, but if you put Haller in the team that finished the end of the season, the last season at Upton Park, he scores more goals than what we had there because you had the right players around him to give him. You know, you had a player like Payet whose delivery was top notch. You know, and that is it. It's just having the players to suit the striker, and this is the problem. I think when we signed Haller, it was looking for. To build a side around him, and then we changed manager. It was the same. You know, we signed Chicharito. You know, one of the best poachers in the box that there's been in the Premier League and in football.
We turned him into one of the worst.
Yeah, played him up front on his own.
We then go and play a lone striker system and ask him to hold up the ball. You know, that's the thing. Now, Dean Henderson says 2 years ago, I would have laughed at someone who told me where will we be this season. Absolutely spot on, Scott, about Sonny Perkins. If West Ham aren't on a striker, which is ridiculous, by the way, give Perkins the opportunity like Leicester did or do with Barnes, Drewsbury, Hall and Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, look at Barnes, quality player.
Yeah. Borough fan, if you have to trust the young players or it's a waste of time having them, it will dent their confidence more.
Yeah, because otherwise, what's the point in having an academy if you're not going
to? David Moyes has given so many first-team debuts to the youngsters. I think it's about 14 or 15. And you go back to that Europa League game. I know it was a dead game, nothing to play for, but it's still a great experience for them youngsters. So he obviously has got some trust.
And to be fair, they didn't look out of place either. They weren't out of their depth at all.
Lost 1-0 to a good Zagreb team.
That's it. And, you know, this is a Zagreb team who scored a wonder goal. Yeah. Yeah, and this is a Zagreb side that have got a lot of Champions League experience. You know, they've beaten some sides in that competition.
Seville.
Yeah, and that's how you got to look at it. And in a way, that's why you got to be a little bit confident about playing Seville because we are a better side than what Zagreb were. But
understand, Graham tried to sneak one out on the sly. Yeah, I'm sure he did. I'm gonna have to watch that back in slow motion.
I'll tell. I swear, it weren't me. It was my brother blowing his nose in the bathroom.
Crossdammers is saying, please forget how Larry was crap end of. You know what? Crossdammers, he's on the Wild Stallions tonight. But I'm glad he's watching. He messaged me before the show. Him and Charlotte, his wife, will be watching, as they always do. Well, Charlotte does. Nick don't, 'cause he's always at work. But he's watching us tonight. So good to have you with us, Nick. And we'll get on them Wild Stallions soon, mate. Don't you worry about that.
That's it. It was a good night.
Hang on. Even though they was called Godfathers, Nick started calling them Wild Stallions. So then I ended up calling them Wild Stallions. I don't know.
It was a nice night out. It was a really nice night. Good to see him. So I'm glad they're watching tonight. Chris Mills says Chelsea and City won't be able to haul players anymore as they can only loan 8 players out next season. Maybe we can snap up a few good quality reserves from now.
Get Brozier.
Well, I think this is the thing. I think you've got to look at, if that I've not heard that. So if that is how it's going to be, then
There's a lad from Sparta Prague apparently we're interested in as well. There's a young lad at Sparta Prague.
Hang
I
on.
think Liverpool going after him as well.
Hold that thought, Graham. Hold that thought, mate. We've got some evidence. Will saying, I think Graham was guilty of the Trump, played it back and slight body movement in lifting of the leg.
Mate, I'm going to do like when the striker cuts across the defender. I'm like,
are we going to have
not me.
VAR on the far? I think.
That striker on about is Holzik.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, because I think Liverpool are sniffing around him as well.
Yeah, look, the thing is, at the end of the day, it's when you hear that teams are sniffing around this player, that player, it's not, there's a lot of paper talk. There's a lot of agents spinning to try and get their strikers better deals or their things better deals. It'd be interesting to see the situation with Chelsea with everything that's going on at the minute. Will players be available? They've got some good young players that are sort of on the fringe at the minute, and maybe we might be able to snap a couple up if the opportunity arises. They've got, as I said, you got the likes of Gallagher, who there's going to be a lot of clubs after his signature, but I think under Tuchel he'll probably see himself in the first team. But then you've got to be sniffing around to say, all right, well, if he's going there, who's going to take his place? Like, whose place is he taking? Will that player be available? And the other problem we seem to have at the moment is, considering everyone just thinks we're this small club who are punching above their weight, the big boys don't want to do business with us. And I don't think that's down to the fact of the people that run the club. I think it's down to the fact of the genuine fear that, like Leicester did, as I said, they're not having a great season this season, but us, Leicester, Newcastle next season are going to pop their little big 6 bubble. Or greedy 6 bubble as they're called. This is the thing, and this is why Manchester United wouldn't loan Jesse Lingard to us, because they were scared of what we could achieve with adding him to our squad.
Well, he's definitely a priority signing in the summer, any Jesse Lingard. I think that if anything, that the club would have be working on that now to get Jesse Lingard in, make sure that deal's done, free transfer in the summer, get your ass down to London.
I think that transfer becomes a lot harder in the summer now because of Newcastle.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they are working on it now and get something in place. So
that's it. You would hope so, because if you're looking at that and Newcastle stay up, they're a lot more of an attractive prospect next season to go and play for than they are now. So
the good thing is with the situation at Chelsea at the moment is that's one less club Declan Rice is going to be linked to. So we've got Chelsea out of the way. All we need to do now is get rid of City and United and Real Madrid, and we keep the Rice.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. And the thing is, you've got to look at, again, I think we need to be looking at the teams that get, we're getting a bit, you could say we're being a bit big-headed here, but the teams that get relegated, see who gets relegated and try and snatch a few of their top talented players. Like if Leeds do drop down, go for Phillips. I don't think Phillips will come personally. He's a Leeds boy, and I think he'll stay there and try and keep him up. But
he's had a taste of the Premier League in England, so
that's it. And so you've got to sort of dip your toe and see how these teams are. Because look, the teams that are down there, as much as they're down there, they have got a couple of decent players that you could go and snatch at a decent price. So that it's just finding the right players that suit what Moyes wants to go.
This is what I'm saying. I mean, I personally don't think that Declan Rice will leave the club next summer. But if he does leave, I think what Declan Rice will probably do is he'll see what we do in the transfer window. If we get a few good signings in at the beginning, I think that might turn him. He must say, do you know what? I want to stay here. I'm captain of the football club now because Mark Noble's not there. I've got a big opportunity to drive this club forward, even if it's for another 1, maybe 2 seasons. He's only 22 or just turned 23, I think. So he's still young enough. So Declan Rice, there's a lot going for him at West Ham at the moment.
Of course, there is. Of course, there is, and that's the thing. And I don't see him going to Manchester United. I feel the only 2 teams that we've got a fear in the Premier League anyway, in the signature of Declan Rice, is Chelsea and Manchester City.
Well, there's rumours as well that this Super League is going to start up again, and it's all going to get announced next week. And City and United are part of that. So will Declan Rice want to go and be part of that? Playing the same teams every season, the same 8 clubs. I don't think Tottenham were invited this time. So,
the thing is, we all knew that. We all knew that was just. See, this is what made me up when it was all the outrage and there was like Chelsea were going, their fans were in uproar and all that, and the club may be the first one to refuse to sign. You just knew it'd come round again.
Yeah, it was never dead and buried. But the problem is the things that have been put in place now will affect the clubs a lot more if they try and do it again. The Super League won't happen. The Champions League, the new format of the Champions League and how you qualify is practically the Super League. And as I said, you see when the Super League was announced, and it was announced that I think it was ESPN, they're going to get all the exclusive rights, and all of a sudden you see all the Sky, the Sky hierarchy in the commentating / punditry world going, it's a disgrace, and all this. They soon stopped laying into their sides once it was all dropped, even though the Champions League, the way that UEFA slipped that in just as the
it's the Super League in all but name.
Yeah, that's it. Especially with the qualifying, the fact that if you have a fantastic season and finish in the top 4, but Man City have a poor season and finish 10th, they'll put Man City in the Champions League over the team in 4th because over, say, us for argument's sake, because Man City have been in the Champions League for the past 7 or 8 seasons. It's ridiculous, and it's the Super League was to try and keep the mega rich. And the teams that like Barcelona and Real Madrid that are just.
I mean, it's like why they were trying to stop the takeover with Newcastle because they don't want someone else encroaching on their little group, their little clique. But this is the thing: until Chelsea and City got their money, they was outside of that group.
Yeah.
They got into it. Now they don't. Now they don't want. I think for the. Like I said, the football money's just ruining it for me. It's not a level playing field, and it's just getting the gap between the rich and like the haves and the have-nots is just getting further and further away. And I mean, look at the FA Cup. Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool managed to avoid each other in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, but we know the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. We know there's something dodgy going on there. We've known there's something dodgy going on there for years. There's always been, again, refereeing decisions that favour the bigger clubs. We go back to when we drew at United, the goal that should have been ruled out that in turn forced the replay. There's a lot of dodgy business. You've had former referees come out and admit that there's a leniency towards certain clubs. That's going to happen. It happens in every level. You're seeing now an Arsenal player being investigated over spot fixing. It happens, unfortunately, and in every aspect of whatever it is, money talks.
Let's get a few more comments here. Matt saying, I heard Graham making an offer to buy Chelsea for £1. And he actually asked for change, Matt. Crossdammers is saying Rice will be gone in the summer. On the Wild Stallions again, Nick. On the Wild Stallions again, son.
I've said all along, it depends what this club does.
Yeah. Mark saying, love your program. I live in Southampton, support West Ham, and had to sit sad and quietly when we lost. I think we was all sad and quiet, mate. Yeah, but especially when you live in Southampton, I bet that's even worse. Especially as you know, you've got a lot of Southampton mates down there. Miss Hammerette saying, sorry, all I'm here just making some tea. Well, you're offering, Graham, what you want, mate? Tea and two?
Oh no, just milk for me.
Milk. I'm not really I don't mind tea, but I prefer coffee. Black coffee would do me. Bit late for that though, isn't it? Scott, what are you having, mate?
I'm on water at the minute, mate.
Oh, he don't get the joke, does he? Don't get the joke, does he, Gray?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's gone there.
No, you ruined the moment, Scott.
You ruined it.
I was reading comment and just totally zoned out to what you were saying, so I apologise.
Take your eyes off the ball, mate. That's what happened.
No, I was just seeing. We've got someone in the chat tonight from, where is it? I've lost it now. Oh no, come back.
From Facebook.
Where is it? There we go. Auburn, Alabama.
Alabama, eh?
Yeah.
Forrest Gump. Or was that he was Greenbow? Is it Greenbow, Alabama? Greenbow, Alabama.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had anyone watch us from Alabama before. So hello, thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. Thank you.
Yeah, I love America. I love going to America. So yeah, I love it when the Americans watch us. So yeah, thanks for watching all the way from Alabama. Graham?
Kent Hammer says, yeah, we need 7 or 8 players in the summer without anyone going. The squad depth is weak. So you look at 7 or 8 players coming in. That's without anyone going. But you've got Rice you've got Noble leaving. You've got Kroll, isn't going to be staying. So then you're left with technically 2 centre midfielders in Rice and Souček. You've got, we know Bonner's, he's got another contract, but he's getting on a bit. Dawson's not getting any younger. Diop's hot and cold, so you sort of got to be looking to strengthen there. Then left back wise, Creswell's pushing on. Masuaku's not a good left back, so is Johnson going to be the answer to left back? Have we got another young left back who can come in? I know Elongello, I think it is. He looks another decent player. Right back would seem to be fine because we've got Soufal, Fredericks, and then Ashby. So I think right back's not going to be a problem, and this may open up for Johnson to play left back. We need at least 1 striker, possibly 2.
Yeah, there's a lot, and then we're sort of worry about that nearer the time.
I'll tell you what, there's a few American Hammers watching tonight.
Simon, hello from Austin, Texas. So yeah,
there was another one there from California. I just saw pop up.
What, California?
Yeah.
Nah. Right. Let's have a look. Yeah, California. Fucking they're writing, isn't they? Love it.
Never been there. Been Texas. Not been to Austin though. Been to Texas.
Matt saying, everyone, I'll make you a black coffee, but you've got to come to Stafford to drink it.
Might be a bit cold by the time we get there.
Yeah, it's a bit too far for me, mate. But thank you for the offer.
Matt's put, I love Canada. One place I'd love to go.
97 says hello from Craig's toilet. I can confirm that his brother was not in the toilet. VAR confirms the far.
Graham.
He's getting ready. He's on nights. He's getting ready.
You cracked one out and you forgot we was live.
Yeah, New Jersey, Oklahoma.
I'll tell you, we've got a fair few American Hammers. Good to see. Great to see.
New Jersey via Arizona, San Francisco, and Plasto.
That's look, we've got yes.
Go on.
The trucking hammer. I'm from Canning Town. Canning Town are in the room. Man of my own art. I'm to enjoy it. East Ham, Chicago. Well, Chicago's in the room. California, East Ham, Bognor Regis. I think we've gone into like where we're all from now. I'm going to Google it.
South Australia.
Neil's always here. Up early just to watch us on here, and the other, I think he's on the watch along as well. So it's good to see. Katie's from
I'm
Epping.
just up the road from Scott. Epping.
Yeah, just up the road from me. Someone from
And
Buffalo.
Phillips from the moon. Probably met Graham up there.
I'll probably
Ben,
bump into someone I knew up there anyway. So.
I was looking for Las Vegas, but we've got someone from Baz
We've
Vegas.
got Baz Vegas.
Ben, I work in Baz, I don't.
Toronto, Ipswich.
Batman Stan of Stevenage. Hello, Ryan. I'm from sunny Stevenage. There you go, mate.
Bexley on Sea. I've done a job down there once.
God, look, they're all coming out now.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a super chat here. Steve, it's donate 899. Thank you so much, mate.
Cheers, Steve.
Did you guys see the incident
Thanks,
with the other night? The Southampton keeper was doing his nut at the officials for not stopping the game. Yeah, me and Scott sort of touched on that on post-match pint on the other night. And yeah, Souček, he looks in the right state. I see the pictures of him in the training ground. Yes, it was a nasty head injury. And yeah, fair play to the goalkeeper. I heard a lot of West Ham fans because we didn't actually see that on the telly. But there were a few West Ham fans that were telling me that yeah, it was bad. And as we said, second half, he stopped it when their player got in the face with the ball. So yeah, obviously the referee was running away from the incident, but the linesman could have flagged it and the players could have stopped it. But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I said to you on post-match pint, mate, you know, it was disgraceful because he was looking right, the referee was looking right at it, you know, and we could see it. And I would say, all right, yeah, from the TV, the vantage point's a bit higher, but he's looking at it. He can see the arm catch Souček in the face. Listen, the guy it was no intentional. I'm not saying the guy should have been booked or sent off or anything like that. What I'm saying is, you see players go down on a bad tackle and hold their face and referees stop the game. He took an elbow into the side of the head or into above the eye to split his eye, split it open. And the ref's like, yeah, play on. You know, and like you said, right, the ball hits a player in the face and he stops the game. You know, again, inconsistency on refereing. Yeah. You know, and this is the thing. But he missed, let's be honest, he missed that penalty that all day long was a penalty. But, you know, these referees still get away with it, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You know, it's about time that referees started to be held accountable for their decisions. It really does because.
Well, I mean, I can't believe that. I still can't believe that the Everton Man City one last week, the penalty, and it went to VAR. So what are they not seeing that everyone else could clearly see? Yeah,
and that's the thing is again, you know, I think Chris says it there with his comment with our one, the one that we conceded. What did you make of the penalty? For me, it's a penalty all day long. And that was watching it the first time without seeing VAR because he doesn't take the ball until after the player's gone.
But the thing is, Scott, one thing we didn't touch upon on the other night is if you actually look up to the build-up to that goal, just as that ball's going over, Brozier actually tugs Dawson back.
Yeah.
Now, if VAR would have gone back a few seconds, the referee would have given that as a foul.
Yep. And that is, again, the inconsistency because I'm sure there's another game where and a penalty was awarded, or they looked at a penalty decision, and then went back and disallowed it because there was a foul in the build-up, like there was on that one. And this is the inconsistency that you get is that if they're doing that for one, they do it for another. There's been times when
it was the Everton one. They pulled it back for an offside. Everton in the end.
Yeah. But they didn't even look at anything in the build up to what led to the penalty. You know, say there, Brozier died. I don't think he'll go 5. He knows there's contact coming, and he played for the contact. And for a striker, he needs to be going for the ball. But Dawson was too slow.
But you saying about the referees, though, Scott, I think did the managers get dragged in front of the camera straight after a defeat of it? The referee should be pulled out and interviewed and explain what they missed or why they didn't see, Managers have to do it. Players have to do it.
Yeah, look, you don't expect referees to see everything in a game.
No,
No, they're
when
human
it's
beings
coming-
at the end of the day. The problem is, like Ryan said, with the referee, if the referee didn't see that and they said that was right in front of him, I'm going back to the where Souček gets caught in the head. Like you said, the linesman's there, and they're not called; they're assistant referees. So if he can see the players lying on the floor, claret coming out of his head, holding his face, there's buttons on them flags for a reason. And again, same with the fourth official. You know, the fourth official is the most pointless thing in football, in my opinion, because he's just there to hold up a ball and check who comes on and comes off.
The thing is, though, Scott, you're saying they're missing stuff. With the advent of VAR, they shouldn't be missing stuff.
The other thing you've got to look at as well is the referee not giving that penalty a clear and obvious mistake? You know, we're sitting here. I said
Man City one.
No,
I think even when he looked at the screen a few times, he still wasn't sure. And I think you just give it from, because the thing I don't like is that them screens that they go to are in amongst the home fans. So he's got all them thousands of fans sitting there, like giving it to him, and like he's under pressure there as well. And like every time a ref goes to the screen, I think I've only ever seen it once, maybe twice, where they've actually stuck to their decision and not overruled it. So.
And that's the thing, is that it should be a ref needs to have a bit of balls to stand up to the VAR ref and go, yeah, all right, maybe, but it isn't clear and obvious, is it? You know, you could, but you know, you can go there and look at the offsides when they're offside by half a foot. You know, is that a clear and obvious mistake? Right. Well, not really.
Yeah,
you know? and that's where is VAR there to make sure the right decision's made, or is it just there to spot the clear and obvious mistakes?
You got any more comments you want to go through, Scott, and then we'll move on to something else, mate? Another West Ham topic.
Now, go on, mate. We can move on. I think I can scroll back through. Talk about yourselves for a minute.
Yeah, go on. All right, Gray. We right, mate.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You ain't trying to squeeze another one out on the slide.
If you see me go,
just mute your mic. Yeah, if we see you lean over.
Never a penalty corrupt. Where else we got? The Everton versus Man City penalty was corrupt as you know what?
As food.
Robbed against the Saints. Going to win Europe. Bit of positivity is what I like to hear.
G-man, who knows?
Brozier pulled Dawson back. Brozier played for the contact. Ben says Dawson gave away a penalty against Brozier earlier in the season for the exact same thing, but Brozier did it to him the other day. I'm presuming that's the pullback. Statman Stan of Stevenage. Brozier is a Chelsea player, isn't he? Yes, he's on loan at Southampton from now. There we go. Rest should add their owner league independent board should score referees on performance. Bottom two get relegated at the end of the season to lower leagues as they are pros. That's a good point. I don't think you see referees getting demoted that often. Yeah,
but even then, when they do it, it's like, they'll send them down to like the Championship League One for 1 or 2 games, and then they're back refereeing in the Prem.
But that's it. But this is the thing: they should be, players and that are judged on their form and statistics and things like that. You know, maybe referees should be done the same. You know, for when you look back at that Man City Everton one, when the referees committee or whatever it is come out and said we made a mistake, it's pointless, isn't it?
After the game. You can't go back.
We've lost that at the end of the season. That result could relegate us, or cost us European positions or something like that. And this is the thing. Thomas says refs needs to be paid more in exchange for having to do interviews, wear a mic like the North American sports. Referees pro sports over here make an average of 250k, not like the EPL can't afford it. That's a good point. I don't understand why in rugby the referees can be mic'd up and over here they can't. In the Premier League, they can't. I really don't get that. It's a televised sport. You know, I think there's a lot of other sports where referees are mic'd up, and you should be able to hear the dialogue that goes on. You should be able to hear referees explaining their decisions during the game. You know, you sit there and say, "Oh, well, you know, there'll be too much swearing or types like that." Then clamp down on the players that are swearing. You know, that's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, you got any more West Ham subjects you want to talk about before we? Should we talk about the Liverpool game? Preview it a bit.
Yeah, coming in.
Yeah, there's not really much else happened in the West Ham world apart from what we really spoke about, really. So we'll quickly preview the Liverpool game. We've gone an hour now, and then we'll go on to ask us anything, and then that'll be it. Another Friday night gone. Another Friday night closer to retirement, Gray.
I'm a little bit closer than you, like that.
You can tell me about it. I see someone else say their birthday was on the 10th of March, and they was 30. I think someone thought I was going to be 30 on the 10th of March. I wish, mate. I had 8 years onto that. Closer to 40 now.
Closing at that 40, mate, and get in there.
Right, mate, I'll get away with it. Good moisturiser. still got me hair. Still got me hair. I might not. In 2 years' time, I might not. I might look like Graham. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying hair-wise. No, Graham. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. Yeah, look. Looks like your hair's 5 yards offside.
To be honest, I still love the picture that someone put when we done post-match pint at the London Stadium, and there was me, you, Nicky, and Dan, and they went. Was it like what's the hair?
Oh, the decline of the hair.
Yeah, or what's the one where they regrow your hair? And it's like, this is how you start out and you get too up here. You know?
I mean, Liverpool tomorrow, we spoke a little bit about it earlier, but it's going to be a difficult game. How do you see us setting up?
I think, as Scott said earlier, I think we'll maybe start as a back five.
Do you think we're going to go there Do you think we're going to go there for the point?
The thing is, I think if we go there and sort of try and go toe to toe with them, then I think we'll come massively unstuck. So I think we'll try and soak it up and hit them on the break.
Yeah, I agree with one of the comments that we read out earlier on. We're not looking like a side that can press that much at the moment. You know, energy levels seem to have dipped a bit. I thought the football in the first half was good against Southampton, you know, with the movement and all that. And I think we will go back and sort of sit back and soak up the pressure, as we sort of have done against Liverpool in the past few games when we played against them. You know, we've soaked up the pressure and then caught them on the break. It's how we now, you know, how we play that counter-attack for me. You know, it's one of them. I don't think we've got the energy levels to go toe-to-toe with Liverpool in this one.
Do you know
Danny,
what?
I said play for the draw. Danny's praying for the draw tomorrow. I think we all are, mate. I think we'll all take that draw. But go on, Greg. Say what you got to say. And then
I'm just going to say, like, we're talking about counter attack. I mean, at the start of the season, we picked up where we left off last season. We were very, very dangerous on the counter attack. But I just think over the last few months, sometimes our decision making, like the final ball, or we over it, it's under it, or you know, we've got. Like against Wolves, for example, there was a couple of occasions where we had the two wing backs bombing on, and we didn't get the ball out to them quickly enough.
Yeah.
So I think it's decision making there at the time. Maybe as players tight, you know, you're tired, your reactions slowed down. You know, your thinking's a little bit slower.
Go on, Scott. I'll start with you. What's your score prediction, mate?
I'll be honest, mate. I think we're going to lose. Be totally honest. I think we're probably going to lose 2-1.
2-1. Graham.
Yeah, I was going to say 2-1. It'll be a close game. We'll give them a game, but I can just see us coming up short.
Well, I'm going to go for 2-2. I'm going to go for I think we're going to nick a point tomorrow and I might blame the beer, and we could lose 4-0 tomorrow. But yeah. So what I'm going to do now? There's a couple of people already put. Me and Scott used to do this, and we used to when me and Scott used to do this thing called the build-up show during lockdown. We used to do this thing where we build up to the game. We say, right, get your predictions in. So what I want everyone to do now, put your predictions in the comment, and I'll get as many as I can up on the screen. Let's see what people are going for. So we're starting off. Statman saying 3-1 to West Ham. G-Man saying head says 3-1, heart says 1-0. Always go with your heart, mate.
I think that's 1-0 to Liverpool.
Right. Let's have where are we? Right, let's start then. So LTL saying 3-1. Oh, what's the matter with this mouse? 2-0, 4-0. I can't see West Ham winning 4-0. That's a bit too much. No, obviously Liverpool there. 3-1 to West Ham, 2-0 Liverpool, 3-0 loss, positive Pat. I think they're all going to need a bit of positive Pat tomorrow. Danny's saying 3-0. Keep praying for that draw, mate. We might get it. 3-1 loss. Mark saying 1-0. Danny saying 3-0, 4-0 Liverpool, but I paid for a draw. Said it twice. Steve's going for the Desmond, same as me. Desmond a 2-2.
Desmond.
Craig 1-0. 1-0. I'll see. Oh, I'm getting better now. 2-0. What else we got? Oh, what's the matter with this mouse?
Status super.
3-0 loss. 5-0. 2-1. 1-0. 3-0. 3-1 Liverpool. 4-3 West Ham. Oh, mate, what a win. Now, imagine that.
Imagine that 4-3 at thingy.
1-0.
I don't know if I could handle watching that.
1-0 Irons. 3-1 Liverpool.
I think I really would be trumping all through that game then. 2-0
Liverpool. 2-0 West Ham. 2-0 the Mickey Mousers. 3-1 Liverpool. West Ham surprise win 2-0. 4-1 Bowen to score a brace. Vic saying dreaming Ryan, but hope not. 3-0 Liverpool. Liverpool 4-5-1.
Do you know the funniest thing, Mike? Going through these, yeah, this is the most
3-0. 0-0. 4-0. Go on, Scott. Keep talking. I'll just put them up.
The most I've seen.
Well, hang on. Me mate Dan, he's gone for 2-0. Mr. Chelsea. I work with him. That's why I like him so much, because he agrees with me.
But yeah, this is the most I've seen in the chat on a Friday night pint where we've asked people's score predictions to think that we're going to lose. You know, even when we've come up against City, come up against United and all that, and even Liverpool probably at the London Stadium. And it just shows, I think, just a lack of the confidence that we're seeing in the performances that the side's putting in at the minute, that we've gone from, I would say 90% of the comments, which most people do normally comment with their heart over their head, were positive. Yeah, we're going to get a result. This is probably the first time this season that I've seen on Friday Night Pint we've asked what the score is going to be or what people think it's going to be, where it's been very negative.
Because we're going to Anfield, Scott.
But that's what I'm saying. But even
in 50 odd
years.
But
even when we went to City, you know,
it's like your preview, mate.
No, I'm not saying
we win every game. We'd have won 5 league titles.
You know, we've won 5 titles in a row.
As I've always said, if you don't go in the game confident, you're going to win it. There's no point playing football. You know, but I'm just looking at the generalisation of what we've seen in FMPs in the past of this season. This is probably the most negative people think that we're going to be. You know, that's all I'm saying.
We got a super chat here from Gravy27 OB. Great show, lads. Hammer's not looking great at the moment. Can you shout out my mate Liam? He was meant to be coming with me to the Everton game, but he's heading over to Ukraine to fight. He's an Iron and a fan of West Ham Fan TV. Yeah, I mean, look, we spoke a bit about this the other day, and you know, we're still seeing the images and things, and you know, Liam shouldn't be going out there to fight. You know, we shouldn't even be in this situation. Liam should be going to the Everton game with his mate. But you know what? Fair play to him. Obviously, yeah, it's a difficult time, and you've seen. I mean, I watched Andrei Shevchenko on Sky Sports News the other day.
Mm.
And honestly, I welled up because you could just see the hurt in his face. He's talking about, what's going on in his country and with family and friends. And it's such a difficult time. And as I said, 2022, this shouldn't be going on in the world. And all our thoughts and prayers are with all the Ukrainian family and obviously Yarmolenko, who's a West Ham player, and just everyone connected with. And also, I'll have to say, the Russians as well that don't want the war, because they're suffering just as much. They don't want this war. And I see that image, I see that video the other day of where that Russian soldier surrendered, and the Ukrainians didn't. All they done was they give him a cup of tea and let him phone his mum. There
Young kid when he's 18 years old.
Yeah, there are a lot of people fighting this war that don't want to be fighting this war. So it's a sad time at the moment, but yeah.
So stay, try to stay safe out there. And
that's it. He's, let's hope, if that's what he wants to do, then good on him for going to do it. It's standing up for people that can't stand up for themselves. And this is the thing. As we don't want to go all the way back into it and all that, but it's disgusting the things that we're seeing, the scenes, the shelling of houses and apartment buildings and things like that. It's disgusting. And as I've said before, and as I've said to you in a lot of conversations we've had lately, Gray, that there's a lot of people, like you said, there's a lot of soldiers going there that don't want to be going there. They're ordered to do it, and some, to be fair to them, have stood up and said no. Some have got there and just legged it because they don't want to be there. They don't want to be doing it.
Hearing stories that some of them were told they was on exercise. They didn't even realise until they started getting shot at. They didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's the thing. And at the end of the day, we all want it to end. We all want it to stop. And let's just hope the madman that's causing it all decides to pull his troops back, and let's get back to some peace and try and rebuild Ukraine.
Back
on the map.
Just before we go into Arsenal anything, let's end this little bit on a positive. Liverpool lost 2 games all seasons. Once to West Ham, we're the first team to put 3 past them in about 3 years. So let's leave that on that positive, and let's go to my favourite part of the week. I think it's everyone's favourite part of the week. It's this time where you can just ask us anything you want, any questions you want to know, anything you want to know. You want to have a bit of a laugh. You can still ask West Ham questions if you want, but we'll skip over them. We like answering the silly questions. So I'll take a sip of my beer. I've still got one left.
I think I've got the other one's downstairs.
And you can run down and get it if you want, Gray.
I'll run and get it.
Go on,
I'll be 2 minutes.
While Graham's gone, Vic says, any of you boys going to Spain next week?
Yes, me and Nicky are going. It's a mad route how we're getting now because we did originally book the flights, and the flight coming home got cancelled, so we had to find another route. So we're literally going. So what are we doing? So we're in Seville on the game day. The next day we stay in Seville all day. Then at 9 o'clock at night on the Friday night we fly to Mallorca. And then we stay there until the next morning. Then we fly from Mallorca home. So I'm not complaining. Being in Spain on my birthday. Hopefully see my family.
Mate, that'd be, imagine it'd be fantastic if we get a result there. Absolutely fantastic. And as I said earlier on, I'm more confident going there than I am going to Anfield.
We're talking about Seville.
Yeah. Sorry, mate.
You all right,
mate? No, Michael Shepherd said thoughts on Abramovich. I'm presuming where he's put the Chelsea up for sale.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's had to, and look, he's done great for Chelsea. 19 years he's been there. It's a long time. He's won he's won everything that there is to win, and he's wiping off their debt as well. And he said that any profits made from the club he's going to donate to Ukraine. So let's hope that he gets the best deal then for Chelsea Football Club. Miss Hammerat saying next on the social, Ryan. I know you're super busy though. I've been a bit gutted I ain't been able to do it the last couple of weeks because I was getting into a good sort of rhythm on it. But it definitely won't be next week because next week I'm all tied up and away as well. So it'll probably be the week after I'll get back on it and we'll sort of crack on. Statman Sam Ryan, what's your favourite pie filling? All three of us can answer this. Do you know what? I like the chicken baldy pie. I love a chicken baldy pie.
Are we talking savoury or sweet here?
Oh, fucking whatever you want, Gray. Savoury.
Savoury, I'll say steak.
Steak.
I like steak pie.
Yeah, I love a steak pie as well. I'm going steak.
Steak, yeah. What about your sweet one, Gray? Go on, I'll let you have your moment.
Oh, let's see. My mum does make a good apple pie.
Yeah, if you can, it's got mine's a cherry pie. I love a cherry pie.
Mm.
Right, I love an apple pie, by the way.
Matt Powell says,
Yeah,
"Can you get Nikki to do a vlog for the trip to Seville?" I think Nikki will be doing a vlog for that one.
Yeah. Well, you'll probably see most of us in airports. That's what the whole fucking. We're like Phileas Fogg. We're going around the world just to get there, but hopefully it's all worth it in the end.
Sorry, right. Go on, mate. I'm gonna stop touching it.
Are
we talking
about can you run?
What's going on here?
Right, Statman Sam Ryan, predictions for the Fury versus White fight. I'll be honest with you, mate. I love boxing, but I'm going to watch the fight, but I've got no interest in it. I could have got tickets for it, but I thought, nah, do you know what? I'm not spending all that money to go to Wembley and watch a fight that I'm not really interested in. I think he's played the card that this is his last fight, which helps sell the tickets. I think they would have sold anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got on there. I could have got the tickets, but I decided not to. Rather spend my money on something. I'd rather sit at home and watch it because I've been to Wembley before. I went to Klitschko, Joshua, Groves, and Froch, and it was great being there. And don't get me wrong, I had decent seats, but if you don't get decent seats, you end up watching it on the screen anyway. So you might as well be at home watching
indoors. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're there for the atmosphere. It's great, but I'm with you, mate. Unless you're right close to the ring, you might as well just stay indoors and watch it.
Yeah. Danny saying, Ryan, can you say hi to my girlfriend again, please? She's doing me nutting. She don't even like football and he's coming to the game tomorrow with me. And Dad hoping to get that selfie with Ryan. Do you know what? I'm not going tomorrow. I'm actually not going tomorrow. This is one game that I ain't going. So, but I'll say hello anyway. Hello to you as well, Danny, by the way, mate. Yeah, I'm gutted. I'm not going tomorrow, but yeah, Nikki's going up there, and yeah, someone else really wanted to go to Anfield, so I let them have the ticket. And I've been to quite a few away games tomorrow, so I've got to share the love. And I'm going to Seville during the week, so it was either Liverpool or Seville. And I think
I can never go Anfield ever again.
Yeah, because you see us win now.
Yeah, I went once. We were in 3-0. That's it. I'm retiring.
Yeah, that's the game I missed to let you go as well. So hopefully I'm letting someone else go.
And I'm very grateful that you did. I'm very grateful.
I'm going to leave you to the comments now, Scott.
Yeah,
so make
okay, mate.
Nice ones. The mouse is going over there.
Gary wants to say, what size between Spurs, Millwall, Chelsea would you refuse to let your kids support?
Sheffield United.
What teams besides Spurs, Millwall, and Chelsea would you refuse to let your kids support? Probably Man United. Probably Man United or Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm saying Liverpool. To be fair, I'd refuse to let
Liverpool.
My boys don't have a choice, so their stuff don't matter what happens.
Well, they did have a choice, Scott. They could have gone Leighton Orient.
Yeah, well, they can go and watch Leighton Orient. I ain't stopping them doing that, but they're going to be West Ham through and through, whether they like it or not. So, yeah.
Of course, poor sods. What are you doing to them?
Come on, if their mum had their ways, they'd be supporting Orient. So, what's worse, West Ham or Orient?
Yeah.
West Ham.
Heartbreak, Premier League heartbreak or heartbreak.
Yeah, but West Ham, it's the hope that gets you.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Right, come on.
Which current Arsenal player will you take for West Ham?
Smith Rowe for me. Love watching him play football.
I'll tell you, what's the keeper's name?
What is his name?
Ramsdale.
Ramsdale, yeah, the one they got from,
Good keeper.
yeah. No, I'd say Smith Rowe. Love watching him play football. He's going to be a big talent. Saka as well.
Scott.
I'll say Martinelli.
He's got to put the one from Matt up.
Yeah, hang on. Calm down, Gray. Just because you've got your glasses on, you can read the comments, mate. We're going to get to them.
Great, just because Nicky's here, mate. Don't think you can speak as much. I'll put I'll get my whip out in a minute, mate.
So I'll just sit here.
Cross Dammers. Any more player interviews coming up, Ryan?
I've got nothing planned at the moment, mate. But yeah, I'm sure I'll try to get at least one or two, maybe before the end of the season. We've got some contacts now. So yeah, there's a few things that we want to try to set up with, especially a couple of the recently retired players in the last 5 years. So yeah, no, definitely, mate. I love doing them. One thing I enjoyed doing on this channel, it flashed up on my Facebook memories yesterday. And it was 5 years ago since I've done the red carpet at the Ironman. I got to interview Bilic, Ginge Pele, Ray Winston, and yeah, so no, definitely, mate. Scott froze.
No. I'm just trying to pick another question.
Oh, Brown's burping as well. Look, farting and burping, great.
Cross Dammers again. Thoughts on a shocking result with Taylor and whatever his name is.
Catterall. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Catterall.
Oh.
Actually, that's been looked into, though, isn't it?
Listen, we all know there's a bit of corruption in sport, but that was absolutely a joke. He won every single round. Like, he battered him, and yeah, it was shocking. It was shocking. It was only because he was in Scotland that he got the result, but no, it was shocking, mate.
Yeah, it's pathetic, you know, and just shows out again.
Them judges took away someone's dream. Something they worked all their life for. Not only his dream, his family's dream, his friend's dream. You know, and yeah, it's shocking. It's shocking.
Again, mate, it's corruption in sport.
Yeah, mate. There's always
corruption. There's so much money flying around in sport now. I mean, it used to be, you know, when you go way back, you know, there wasn't enough money in sport, so people were open to bribery. Now there's too much money in sport, and you know what I mean.
I read that wrong.
What's that?
I read that wrong. That was on screen. I thought it said if Sky Sports brought back Boyzone. I got excited. I'm going to channel me in a Ronan Keaton for a minute.
Yeah, that's what Philip wants to know. If Sky Sports brought back Fan Zone?
Scott goes to the Fan Zone.
If Sky Sports brought back Fan Zone, would you do it?
Oh, 100%. 100% I would. Could you imagine being in that fan zone with a Tottenham fan when we drew 3-3? When we was 3-0 down? Imagine that moment. What it'd have been like.
Miles, what best and worst section of the Olympic Stadium to watch a game?
The worst section is inside. The best is outside.
Up behind where the away end is. Normally, I watch the Zagreb game from up there, and I could barely see anything.
Yeah, I think
not even these would have worked.
Yeah, I sort of sit the Billy Bond stand, but I'm sort of halfway up, so I actually like my view because I'm one of these fans that I like going to football and actually watching the game. Like, because when I was at Upton Park, I used to sit in the Brooklyn Upper. I used to love that view because I just love watching the game and seeing people positioning and that. Yeah. Away games are different. Like, you love being in the crowd, but home games. So yeah, I actually like my view.
See, I like where I sit now, but I like my view in the 66 seats as well because I was practically on the halfway line. And you could see the whole game.
I've sat in them seats before as well.
It's and that's it. I'm like you, right? I enjoy the atmosphere at games, but also love watching the game of football. When we went Chelsea grey, weren't it? We were a top tier and looking like behind the goal and looking down. And then as a football fan point of view, that view is fantastic when you're looking down, like you would have been at a Trevor Booking, right? You know, you're looking down at it and you can see the positioning, the shape, and all that. But
Yeah,
sometimes
but me and you went into we was in manager mode,
manager
wasn't we?
mode. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think this is one you wanted to put up.
Yeah. Look
Hey,
like
Graham, I
Scott
hope you don't get offended.
No, I'm not offended, Matt, at
All
all.
all I'm thinking about that
Nothing
is,
Matt says ever offends me. I know it's all good natured.
all I'm looking at that and I'm thinking to myself, what did my mum see in Graham?
Oh man.
I'm only joking, Graham. It's only banter. Look, Debbie's had a go at us. Look, leave Graham alone. Like, listen, we're only joking, Graham.
Thank you, Debbie.
I mean, when we in the end of the stream, we give him a right good hiding. Here's one for you. Alan Phillip. Eaten by a lion or eaten by a great white shark? I'll tell you something now. Mine would be lion, because great white shark, no, because I'm in the water and I'll drown as well. So you're getting eaten and drowned at the same time. That's not nice. That's not nice, Graham. That is not fucking nice.
I would imagine it's not. No.
No, as much as it being eaten by either wouldn't be too nice. But I would say,
I know, but
I think with at least with lions, they normally once they bring their prey down, they go for the right bit. Whereas a shark will just take a massive bite at you and hope for the best. So I'm going for a lion, especially after seeing that Aussie swimmer get killed by a shark the other day.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah. The thing is, great. Let me ask you a question, right? Now,
yes, mate.
I could probably beat a shark in a race on land. Right? If we was in water, we agree a great white shark would beat me swimming. Yeah.
So I've only got to beat you.
No. So what I'm saying, it comes down to, out of me and the shark, if we was doing a triathlon, who could drive a bike better?
Well, I've been going cycling, so I'll take myself on the bike.
See? That's what I'm saying, Gray. It's always, these sort of things. You never know the situations you get put in life. One day you might have to race a shark on a bike, and you'll remember that.
Yeah.
There's Statman Stan of Stevenage says Graham set up a DiCanio interview. We have
one that says Ryan set up a DiCanio interview.
Yeah,
do you want to borrow these? Do you want to?
It's all right. Yeah.
Let me just put my glasses on.
Yeah, we have interviewed DiCanio before, but it was cut rather short.
Nicky, I didn't realise Pat's got glasses on as well. Look, Scott's the odd one out.
Scott's the odd one out.
Yeah, we did interview. It was very short and sweet, and hopefully we can get him back again. In case anyone hasn't seen that interview, it is on the channel.
Just for the Canio night, wasn't it? Yeah. Parking, so it was all a bit. It was it was great. I'm
sure we're getting back on. Hopefully one day.
Random one. Simon says, "What's your favourite bank holiday?" I always had a soft spot for a Good Friday.
I love it when it's the double. You know, when you get the Friday, Monday.
Easter
weekend, Good Friday.
Yeah, we've got Thursday and Friday off, haven't we?
Yeah, so we've got the Easter weekend, 4-day weekend, and then the Queen's Jubilee. Is that right? What I'm saying? Yeah, where we get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
My one's the one at the end of August because that's normally my birthday weekend, or my birthday's on that weekend.
Right, Graham, I've got a joke for you. I'm not going to put it up on screen because you'll read it. Right, so
go on.
You'll like it, ready?
Go on.
Right, it's the best joke ever. This is from our good friend, Mr. Wild Stallion himself, Crossed Hammers. Fun fact about my cock was in the Guinness Book of Records until the librarian told me to take it out.
That is a good one.
Philip saying, out of all the West Ham Fan TV boys, who would be the best after dinner speaker?
I'd say Nicky, as long as you don't tell his Poland story, because you'd be there all weekend.
Or you'd fall asleep.
Ryan spins a good yarn. Ryan's a good speaker.
Great, I can hold the crowd, mate. Don't worry about that.
Ryan can hold the crowd. He loves it.
Don't worry about it.
I'm going to go with Ryan, and it's not just because he's here.
Thank you,
Ryan. Nicky would be good, like you said. So long as you don't do his Poland story, we'd be fine.
Yeah, no, I think all of us would be comfortable getting up and speaking in front of people. Maybe we could all go together and do all five of us we could be like when Take That, we're trying to get back into the swing of things, and we're. I think Graham could tell a few good stories as well about how he used to clean Vic Watson's boots.
Yeah, when I went for threepence. Yeah, look, Alan Moore's got the same birthday as me. Alan Moore. He said me too. August. He's got the same birthday as me.
Jamie says, thanks for keeping me company tonight, boys. I'm on my Jack Jones.
Thank you for tuning in, Jamie,
Yes,
mate.
thank you
for
very
joining
much.
us.
Ben Big says, where are you thinking about holding the next Friday Night Pint live?
Oh, this is something that we need to get cracking on with because we're in March now. So we're looking to do one probably sort of end of April, maybe May time, just before the end of the season. Because maybe we'll try to aim for something for the last game of the season, because the last game of the season will be on the Sunday. So we might try to do. Oh no, Scott ain't here. Scott's on his 30th holiday of the year. Scott, why don't you just let us know when you're available and we'll try to fit you in?
Honestly, only my missus, right? I've realised now I don't pay enough attention. When she books the holidays, she goes, "Is this all right?" I go, "Yeah, it's fine. Just book what you want, Now I've realised I really need to start paying attention to when she books the holidays, because I'm missing 3 games, and if we actually get to the final, I miss that as well because I'm on holiday for the whole lot.
See, I only know when Scott's going on holiday because he goes, "Can you dog sit for me?"
Never book a holiday during the season.
I know,
unless it's international break.
Yes. Which is normally when we do, but
yeah. Okay. Well, we're trying to work something out. We're trying to work something out for when Scott's available. We'll work around Scott because, Scott, why don't you just send us your diary, mate, and we'll just all work around you. Graham, make sure you bring them bins for the next Friday Night Pint as well. You look like we could do a moment in Friday Night Pint Live where you sit on the stage on your own and just read a bit of poetry.
Shall I wear like a roll neck jumper as well?
Little turtleneck jumper. We're definitely sort something out. We'll get something sorted for probably April time or when Scott's available.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
That's right, mate. Go on. Any more questions, Scott?
Matt Powell says you're going to watch the Masters football when it comes back.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Used to love watching that.
I remember going over to London Arena to watch it when I was younger, and I remember it all kicking off with a crowd. I was only about 14 at the time. And it gets right violent in that crowd. Right violent. It
goes right off.
We always used to have Alan McKnight in goal.
Strange one, isn't it, for him? Barra fan said it's nice to hear Gray speak.
Thanks, Barra fan. They're letting me talk tonight.
This is what happens. This is what happens when I'm sort of in control. I let these two have a chat, and I just sit back and relax and let them get on. And they've spoke so much tonight. I'm thinking about not inviting them on again. I'm only joking.
Miss Emmerich wants to know, who was your biggest crush when you were growing up?
Mine was, I always had a thing. Remember Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Vicky Michelle.
Yeah. I remember, yeah. Mine was Danny Minogue. Growing up.
Danny Minogue. I used to have a post on my wall of Melinda Messenger.
Yeah. Melinda Messenger.
She had a cracking pair of eyes. Chris is saying, last game of the season, you should have a do at the bowling and get an overtop bus down to Stratford. That'd be good. You know what? That's not a bad shout. The bowling. Friday Night Pint Live in the bowling.
That'd be something.
That would be.
Oh, Chris has just chucked one in the.
He's just chucked one Chris in the mix amongst the pigeons, isn't he?
He's probably that's a good shout. That thanks for that, Chris. I'll jot that down. Scott, are you available for the bowling?
You're on holiday.
No, I'm not the beat.
Oh, look at Graham. Go on, Graham. Give it to him.
He'll be relegating me to the bottom shelf in a minute.
Right. Statman lads, favourite track from the Rocky movies, Hearts on Fire. Do you know what? when I'm in the gym and I play the Rocky soundtrack and I get to the last 5 minutes and my legs are going, I always put Hearts on Fire on, and I just think of Rocky training in Russia, and it gets me going. I love that. I love the Rocky soundtrack, honestly. Coming to America, love it. And it's good because you always picture, when you listen to the song, you picture the bits from the film as well. No Easy Way Out, Eye of the Tiger. Oh,
I love Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah.
I love Eye of the Tiger.
I need to go and watch the Rocky films again now.
Oh, mate, I love them. I love them all. I'm saying that I weren't keen on 1 and 2. I watch them, but they're not ones I watch over and over again.
I don't know, 5 was
3. No, see, do you know what? I didn't actually mind 5 with Tommy Gunn, Tommy Morrison. I didn't mind it, but yeah, Hearts on Fire.
It's a bit random. Favorite character out of the Predator.
Favorite character out of the Predator.
Which one?
I wouldn't even know any of them.
Movie?
Jack Mate's in. Hello, Jack Mate. He's saying Creed.
Yeah.
Creed with a question mark. I didn't actually mind the 2 Creed films either.
Yeah.
I think there's another one come out. The Creed 2 was very similar to Rocky 4, but with Drago's son and obviously Creed. So yeah.
Yeah, no, Creed, I thought Creed was a really good film.
Yeah, I like,
you know,
and we've got Jack Mate in as well. Like, honestly, if you've been watching our podcasts, some of the guests he's had on recently have been unreal. I mean, the Rob Brydon, Johnny Knoxville, Johnny Knoxville, mate, it was unreal. And Jack Mate does such a good job on his podcast, man. Yeah. It's great to see it how he's growing. Obviously, he works for West Ham as well. I see him put a little thing out yesterday, like that he was interviewing some players. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, nice. It's brilliant, mate. Oh, I'll save that for Friday Night Pint Live, Jack. There's a Bailey's with your name on it. No, sorry, actually, there's a Guinness with your name on it. I know that you've been drinking a lot of Guinness lately.
Kimbo says, cheers, lads. I know the pandemic's supposed to be over, but due to illness, I still have to isolate. So thank you for bringing me a bit of sanity on a Friday night, and that includes everyone on this family.
No, it's all yeah, it's great, mate. Listen, as we always say, I know a lot of people say that we've got them through lockdown, but as we all say, that you got us through lockdown as well, joining us on a Friday night, and yeah, it's been brilliant. I love these shows ever since we started them. Every Friday night, I look forward to them. Whether I've had a good week or a bad week, you come on here and for an hour and a half, 2 hours, you just let your hair down. Well, most of us still got our hair, you let them down, but yeah, it's just brilliant, and I think we all enjoy it.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah, you are right. It don't matter what mood you're in when you come on here. It gives us an hour and a half, 2 hours to put all that aside, have a laugh, have a joke. You know, see the everyone in the chat who comments and takes the time out to watch us. So you know, it's you know, we as we've always said, without the people in the chat, this show ain't there, and we didn't get to do Friday Night Pint Live. So it's, you know,
yeah, which was one of the best nights ever. That was.
Yeah. Michael saying, "Sexy Beast" or "Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels."
Sexy Beast for me, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to sway more towards Sexy Beast. I love Lock, Stock. I love.
Both great films. Both great films, but it's got Ray Winston in it.
Yeah. You having a calamari?
I'm having a calamari.
Yeah, they're both decent films, but yeah, Sexy Beast was the better of the two.
I think that's the only time I've ever got like really stuck when we was at that charity night, right? And Ray introduced me to Ray Winston. I think that's the only time I've ever got like properly starstruck.
Yeah, but how can you get starstruck? You know me.
I know, mate.
Oh, you're on about Ray Winston. Sorry, mate.
Hold on. Hold on. You're saying you got starstruck there. I still what game was it, Ryan? Outside the cow?
Oh no, the Liverpool one, wasn't it?
Oh, Liverpool, yeah.
I've never seen Graham get so starstruck. But the funniest thing was, is he didn't clock who it was first, and then
No.
when he did, he was like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brian
so
Deere, isn't it?
we had Brian Deere come over to us
West Ham
after.
legend.
Yeah, Brian Deere come over to us after the Liverpool game. He whacked me over the head with a program. I was just about to knock him out, and then I realised it was Brian Deere, and I'm joking.
Hello, Brian.
Hello, mate. How you doing? And then Graham was standing there for about a minute. He didn't know what was going on, and then he sort of clocked. He went, "It's Brian Deere," and then his face just sort of he's beaming with
West Ham legend.
Matt, Scott, Jim, John. Why am I just randomly shouting out names? Scott, Matt wants to know. Hey, Scott, do you like the band Keane?
they're not really. They had one good song, I think, and that was it really. Bit of a one-hit wonder for me.
Ain't Keane the one that looks like Tubes?
Oh, do you know what? I can't even picture him.
I'm sure that's Keane. Or am I just making that up? I'm sure the lead singer of Keane looks like Tubes because they used to do this thing on Soccer AM.
Mate, I can't even picture the lead singer of Keane. Didn't they sing everything? Everybody changes, everything changes, something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, no, not one of my favourites. Them ones.
Jack Mate's saying, got nothing on Finding Nemo, lads. I agree. Finding Nemo, brilliant films.
Great
film.
Great.
What was the other one they done? When it's Finding Dory. I don't think I've seen Finding Dory.
No, I haven't seen Finding Dory either.
I took my daughter to see Sing 2 at the cinema the other week.
Is that any good?
I love it. There's a part. Do you know what? It was a silly bit as well, but it made me really laugh. And I'm sitting there laughing, and like all these other little kids are sitting there and they're not even laughing. I'm just thinking to myself, oh, why not find it funny?
Mate, honestly, them like the cartoon type films like that, even like Toy Story and all that, they're so funny, and there's so much adult humor hidden in the movies that the kids don't get, and you sit there and pick up on. I used to love taking my niece to the cinema. I ain't took her for a long time, but I suppose she's 32 now, so it's a bit bad. But we, I always used to go and see like the cartoon films. It gave me an excuse to go and watch them. I thought, I want to see that, so I'll take her with me.
Just say he didn't look
creepy. I thought Dan Lawless was sick. He's on lead. He's now on with lead judges. Well, there you go, Scott. There's a steward's inquiry there, son.
Who's lead judges?
We get a VAR on that.
Arsenal. You know the one from Arsenal Fan TV? Lee. Yeah. Well, it shows how much. Yeah, well, there'll be a steward's inquiry on that one.
I've heard from Dan today and yesterday. I know he's a lot better than I think he was just really rough on Wednesday. Obviously, he done his foot, didn't he, for the what game was that? The Wolves game. He done his foot, and he was really ill for the on the Wednesday. Was it the Wednesday? Yeah,
Wednesday. Yeah, he was supposed to go, wasn't he? But he was
I was meant to be on the watch along tomorrow, but I'm not going to be able to go on. So I've just let him know tonight I ain't going to be able to do the watch along on Saturday with him.
Well, go and comment on Lee Judge's channel and tell him. Candyman saying Trek's all right. Unfortunately, Nicky's ill tonight, mate. So we can't make the trust. You just have to chat that one in. I'm only joking, Nicky. Love you, mate. But yeah, we do love the Shrek films.
Yeah.
Honestly, mate, Shrek, Monsters Inc. You know, they're brilliant films to watch. Toy Story, I love.
I like the Hotel Transylvania and all that as well.
I ain't seen that one, I must admit. But no,
you not seen Hotel Transylvania?
No, my favourite, mate, the Minions and Despicable Me.
Oh, Minions!
Love the Minions.
If Minions, I want a Minion.
My niece actually made me a Minion birthday cake a couple of years ago. So,
I love Minions. I want one.
Right, let's have another. What's the time? We'll have another 10 minutes, and then we'll leave it. Another Friday night over.
Premier Inn or Travel Lodge?
Premier Inn.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be a Premier Inn. Anything Lenny Emery promotes, I'm all over it. Love a Premier Inn. Always got a lovely. Premier Inn's always got a lovely pub attached to it.
I'm not saying travel lodges are all for, but the ones work always used to stick me on was the ones next to the motorway. and there was like nothing around there to do.
Graham looks like the old boy from the movie Up.
Oh, look like Louis Theroux.
The old boy from Up. Someone commented that you were only meant to blow the bloody doors off.
Yeah, look, if I was a quarter as cool as Michael Caine, I'd be happy.
Mate, he's a legend. I love Michael Caine.
He is.
A couple of people sort of asked the same question. Dean and Rubber Fingers won. He's added pizza right on that one, so we'll go with that. So Burger King, McDonald's pizza up. I think my perfect one would be Burger King burger, McDonald's chips, and Wimpy milkshake. That'd be me.
Yeah, I was just saying, I prefer Burger King out of the three.
I'm Burger King for me. But right, have you tried the Burger King Oreo milkshake?
No.
When you get a chance to try that, mate, it's lovely.
I'll try that. Ben saying, can you wish my boy Josh a happy 18th birthday on March the 10th?
Same day as you, right?
Legends. All legends are born on March the 10th. I'm telling you. Ryan Archer, Ben's son, and Chuck Norris. Legend.
There you go.
But yeah,
happy
18th birthday, mate. I'll be 20 years old. I'll be 38. But yeah, happy birthday, mate.
I was just going to ask how old you were, right?
Big age, 18. You know, it's happy birthday, mate. Enjoy it. Enjoy your well, let's be honest, it might not be his first drink, but this will be his first legal drink that he can go and buy. Oh yeah.
Daniel says F1 or rally.
I say any motorsports, I prefer MotoGP, but like
my dad loves the Formula One. He loves the Formula One. I'm not really into Formula One or the rally or anything like that. So
funny thing, I used to be right into Formula One and the rally racing. So if I go back when I was actually proper into it, I'm going to say F1. But if I was to pick one now, I'll probably say rally because F1's quite boring. It's not as exciting as it used to be.
Graham, you look like Bricktop, mate. Give us the scene from Snatch.
Go as greedy as a pig.
Yeah. Do you know what nemesis means? Oh, go on. Ray Wist is saying Ray Wist. How are we saying that? Ray, I'll say Ray. If it's wrong, I do apologize. Cricket or rugby? Rugby for me.
I like them both, to be honest, but I'd say I love watching the Ashes. Although not this year, I didn't. But I'll say we've been cricket a couple of times, haven't we, Scott?
Yep.
I do enjoy it. I enjoy both. Same, my Uncle Steve keeps saying he'd take me over Harlequins to get tickets through work and that. So hopefully I'll get to go to a rugby game soon.
Yeah, I don't mind rugby. I've been rugby sevens. Rugby sevens is a good laugh. If you ever get a chance, go watch sevens. Sevens is a good crack.
I've always, do you know what? I'm a big rugby. I'm an England fan. I don't watch the teams. I love watching England. I've been watching the Six Nations. Great game last week against Wales. We nearly threw it away, but we've got a lot to do to catch France. Hopefully, I think we play France. Yeah. I think we play France last game, so hopefully we can go into that game. Hopefully,
we've got Ireland this weekend, haven't we?
Not this weekend. Next weekend we've got.
Next week. Yeah, because I watched a bit of the France-Scotland game as well, and France looked unreal.
Statman saying, lads, Fila, Elise, or Cecchini? Well, for me, Fila. I love retro Fila. Love retro.
I had a bit of Sergio Cecchini in the 80s when I was a wee nipper.
Yeah, I had a pair of Sergio trainers. But yeah, out of them, I'm just going to say Fila.
I'm gonna go old school. I'm going Sergio Cecchini.
Then he says, "I've got baby Hammer on the way. Congratulations."
Congratulations,
My oldest
mate.
supports Spurs. How is that? How is that
Not so much. Congratulations there.
No.
Yeah, congratulations, Danny, on that, mate. And
Yeah, that's good news. It is
So
good.
congratulations on the baby. Commiserations that your eldest supports Spurs.
yeah, don't worry. He's still got time to change his mind. Don't worry.
Matt said, "Where am I going on holiday? I'm going to Halkidiki in Greece. This is my holiday. I put off twice already because of COVID, so I'm looking forward to getting there and enjoying.
It's going to be weird getting on a plane next week.
Yeah,
I ain't done it for a few years.
I wish I was going, mate. Would have been nice to be asked, but hey,
you can't go anyway. You can always come, Scott. You can always come and make deal.
Yeah, I wish I could, mate. I wish I could. I really do, but no, I've got no chance the way the work is at the minute. So
what are you moaning for then? What are you moaning for?
Because I like to moan. Don't get to moan that often.
Oliver's saying that your favourite rice besides deck. I love a mushroom rice from the Indian.
Yeah.
Or I like a keema rice. Keema rice from the Indian or special fried rice from the Chinese.
Because I'm hungry and I could right eat a ruby.
Yeah, mushroom rice or a special fried rice.
Change it. Get off. Right. Ben saying, thanks, lads. Going to buy his first pint against Villa next Sunday. I thought you meant he was going to buy us a pint.
Is he going to buy his dad a pint?
I'll tell you what, Ben. If you come round to block 229 in the concourse there before the game, I'll be there. I'll buy Josh a pint as well for his birthday. So come round, block 229 in the concourse there, just at the bottom of the stairs, and I'll buy Josh a pint for his 18th as well, and you as well, Ben. I can't leave your dad. I can't leave his dad. I can't buy Josh one and not his dad. But that's it. I'm cutting it off at 2.
We'll all be there, right? We'll be there.
Well, fucking put your hands in your pocket then. Don't let me fucking buy more.
He won't remember the game. He's going to go home steaming because everyone bought him a drink.
Graham will be there, but he won't say hello. He'll just go straight home.
Matt Powell says, be honest, boys, do you watch the women's beach volleyball during the Olympics?
No. No, I don't.
Never watched beach volleyball.
I didn't really watch much of the Olympics this time around.
No, I just thought it was the beach volleyball tournament. That was it. I thought it ended there, but hey ho. Philip says, have you ever been bored and do a random drive lap around the M25?
No, because I hate if I can avoid driving on the N25.
When I first passed my test, and everyone probably does this, you just drive random places, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I used to just drive random places. I didn't even need to go anywhere, but I was just so excited to be driving. And I used to just like get in my car, like when I obviously lived at my mum's at the time. And I used to just drive down the Barking Road and go drive past West Ham, drive down to the Barking Roundabout, and then come back and look at West Ham again, the bowling, then drive home.
I used to enjoy driving. You know, back when it was a bit more affordable. The amount of times, like on a Sunday evening in the summer, like when I first got with my missus, we go, "Oh, what do you fancy doing?" I don't know. I'd jump in the car and just go for a drive.
Scott, remember to random places. That car, what was it? The blue one, and Terry had a yellow one.
My MG.
Your MG. Was you one of them ones that used to go up and down Southend Seafront?
Not in my MG. No, in my XR2i, I did.
Oh, I bet you did as well. I bet you thought you was all right.
I had an Fiesta XR2i, I think it was, and Ali, mate Ali had a Vauxhall Astra GTE.
Yeah,
they were the cars we used to go down Southend and park up down there, and that was good old days. Good old days when it used to cost a £5 to drive from £5 in petrol to get from Canning Town to Southend and back, and still had enough to go football the next morning.
Yeah,
try and do that on a £5 nowadays.
Fucking hell, I don't even think a fiver gets you anywhere. I don't even think a fiver would get you out of the petrol garage.
Yeah, your light will come on straight away. You know?
But yeah, look, we'll leave it there. We've gone on for an hour and nearly
2 hours.
nearly 2 hours. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, really enjoyed tonight's show. Thank you for joining me, boys.
It's been a pleasure as always, mate.
Yeah,
As always,
I've enjoyed it. Graham's.
You guys have perked me up today. I've had a busy, long day.
Well, that's how I roll, Scott. That's what I do. That's I try to when people are down, we try to lift your spirits.
And I'll be back. I've had my quota for the month for talking, so
yeah, back to normal next week, right?
Back to normal next week.
You look like you're going to say something. You're going to pipe in, and then you just, shh.
Zip it. It's baggish. Down here in a minute.
As always, mate, it's always good to hear your lovely voice, and I'm glad that you wore your glasses tonight, and you're looking very smart.
Thank you, mate. And I can actually read the comments now about
it. As we've seen.
I'm so glad that I get to play football again with you on Mondays, mate. I've logged you in for Mondays, so you're in, Ray. We won't talk about my goal that you set me up for, Gray, because it was just like gets me all emotional.
Honestly, Scott, the touch and finish was sublime,
mate. Graham played a nice crossfield ball straight to me. Defender was there. I chested it past him. Tight angle. I smashed it straight across the goalkeeper, the other side, roof of the net. Don't get me started, Graham. Look, thank you to everyone in the chat, everyone watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You guys make the show. You give us things to talk about, and you get involved as well. I wish that we was all here and we was all in person in the pub doing it, but unfortunately we're not. We're on the screen. Scott, you got anything to add, mate, before we leave?
No, mate. I think we've covered it all.
Graham, you got anything, mate? Graham, listen. I know you don't get to say much, and this is why I love giving you. So you get to end the show, mate.
So I just want to say to everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and everyone have a great weekend. Hopefully, we get a result at Anfield tomorrow, and then it's a few beverages to celebrate in the evening.
Yeah.
So just everyone have a great weekend.
Well done, Gray. Couldn't put it better myself. One thing left to say. Come on, you
Come on, you